Hello friends, I'm Brian, and this is Gizmo Board Games. We've reached the end of another month, so it's time to do a look back at what I did in the previous month, that being August of 2024. First of all, I've only released 3 videos last month, to include looking back at July and my top 3 favorite plays from then. Or favorite new plays, I should say, with one honorable mention. And then I reviewed that honorable mention, that being the A Nice Cuppa Kickstarter preview. And I believe it's still on Kickstarter right now in its last few days as of you're watching this, or it might have just ended, but there might be a late pledge, I'm not sure. But if you want to check that out, you're running out of time. And then finally, I did 7 deserted island game options for 7 different categories of games. And then I put forth a challenge to other content creators to kind of do the same, although I haven't seen any of those come out yet. But if you want to check out my 7 choices for the 7 different style of games that I would choose from my collection to keep, that's that video. And that's all I put out in video content last month. Now let's go ahead and look at the games I played last month, August of 2024. I played 4 new to me games last month, and we'll get to those in rank order, of course, like I do every month. Overall, I only played 17 total games, so a game every other day, roughly. Again, it's the end of the summer, a lot going on, a lot of different things. I just didn't get around to playing that many games. I did play 11 different games, and again, 4 of those were new to me. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and look at my number 4 favorite new to me game that I played in August, and that is going to be Secret Hitler. This is a party game. I played it at a gathering with some coworkers. I'd not actually played this before. I played similar games where you break the group up into secret, whether they're fascists or not, and then one of those is Hitler, and the fascists are trying to get the things to fail and Hitler to succeed, while the others are trying to find out who Hitler is so they can kill him off. The theme, it's that. The gameplay is very similar to The Resistance, which I've played a lot. It's a bit of a social deduction game where you're trying to throw off where your loyalties may lie, and then survive to the end, or cause enough chaos to succeed as the fascist party. This game is a little more random because instead of like in The Resistance where you're choosing who's going to go out on each mission, and then those players get to decide whether they're going to allow the mission to pass or fail, in this game you're kind of picking who the chancellor is and who the leader is, and that passes around. And then those 2 players are going to kind of dictate what happens, because they're going to draw 3 cards off the top. So all 3 of those cards could be successes or failures, and that's where kind of randomness comes in more than social deduction and actual play style. But the leader is going to pull 3 off the top and choose to discard 1, and then pass the other 2 to the chancellor, and then the chancellor is going to choose one of those 2 to accept as the mission determination. And again, all 3 of those could have been successes or failures, and then the players themselves had no part in the outcome regardless of their loyalties. And I didn't care for that as much as The Resistance, where you can choose every time whether you want to pass or fail. That choice is always going to be there. But that's Secret Hitler, my number 4. Number 3 new to me game is Rival Restaurants, and I believe this one's got a Kickstarter expansion wrapping up right around now as well, so check that out if you are interested in that. In Rival Restaurants, what you're doing is your rival restaurants with the players around the table, and on your turn you're going to send your worker out to one of the 6 or so shops to buy ingredients for the 2 recipes you're trying to fulfill. And basically on a turn, you're going to secretly decide which shop to go to, because you might end up getting into bidding wars with other players if you both go for the same ingredient. And then you're going to shop for as many ingredients as you want and can afford at the shop you go to, and that's it. And you're going to need ingredients from various shops in the game. So the next phase is you're going to barter with your fellow opponents, or your rival restaurants, if you will, to make trades and deals and the like to get the ingredients you need and to assist them in the ingredients they need. And then once you have all the ingredients to complete in order, You'll complete the order. You're going to get the points that it's worth. Move down the track, which could unlock your individual player bonuses for your restaurateur, your cook, your chef, whatever it is. That's going to unlock different triggers as you get more and more points. And you're going to collect trash, and trash is going to negate your points you got, so you got to manage that as well. It's an okay game. I wish there was more going on. I'm not much of a playing a barter game. Catan is not a highly liked game by me either. That's more randomness. At least there's control in this as far as, you can go get the ingredients you want from the shops. It might just take you longer if you're not willing to barter and bend. But really, like most barter games, eventually someone's just going to win from being able to barter more than others or whatever the case is. And I don't know. I don't like that as much as I like the gameplay of most games and being able to manage my own choices without having to barter with other players. So that's why it's number 3. It's a fun game. It's a very lightweight, easy game, but there is some thoughtfulness and, a lot of interaction again as you go to the shops and you're bartering on the table. So if that sounds like something you might like, check it out. Again, there's a Kickstarter that's wrapping up or just wrapped up for an expansion for this game as well. All right, my number 2 new to me game from August of 2024 is Tiny Epic Galaxies. And this game I just played solo. The other 2 I played in groups. The top 2 I played solo. Tiny Epic Galaxies, it's a fun game. You're rolling dice, and then those dice are going to take your actions as you go explore planets and kind of civilize them and try to get them onto your side. And as you gather plants, you're going to get points, but you're also kind of trying to collect resources and things you're going to need to help you get more planets, because you've got to manage a couple resource tracks as well in order to take certain actions and do certain things. And it's a lead and follow game, so your opponents, as they take actions, you can actually follow them again by using the resources. And then so you can keep up on every turn. If you're managing things well enough, you're going to be able to do something on every player's turn, not just your own. So I like that. Solo game plays pretty well. I really enjoyed Tiny Epic Galaxies. It's pretty fun. I didn't talk about that one that much, but it was an enjoyable game. Solo, roll dice, take actions, try to get enough points to win. And then finally, my number 1 favorite new to me game from last month is going to be Trekking Through History. And this is another lightweight. I think I played only lightweight games in August, and that's fine. But Trekking Through History, again, I played solo. And this is a game where you're just kind of drafting cards and putting them in order by date, historic date. And the longer you can get dates in order before, you can't possibly take in a later date than what you have. Once you get to that point, you're going to start a new line of dates and close off the previous one. And at the end of the game, you're going to score for however many cards you have in each successive grouping of timelines. And again, you're also got tracks that you're utilizing, because every time you draft a card, you're going to get access to the 4 different colors of trackers. I'm not sure how to call them, but you're going to pick up the color and put it on your little board, and as you fill up that board, you're going to get bonus points or bonus actions or bonus abilities, and you're just trying to meet the color objectives that you want and the timeline objectives. For the solo game, you're doing the same thing, only your AI opponent's also going to take a card that is the next logical card in succession order, and they're going to continue building up their board as well. Your board's going to change every round. There are 3 rounds. The AI board is staying the same throughout the game, so you've got to kind of manage how well they're doing against you managing which board you're putting in play each era. And it's a fun game, very lightweight, pretty simple to play. You pick a card and then you get resources, and the card cost is time, so you get 12 time actions per era and 3 eras to play, and you can mitigate those with some gems. So if you pay 3 gems, you can knock 3 time off of the card you just drafted, and usually the better the card is, the more time it takes to do that discovery. So it's just managing your kind of your resources and the time as best you can to make big stacks of dates. And that is Trekking Through History, a pretty fun game. But overall, none of these were super standout games to me in the end compared to other months. So I'm not sure we'll see any of these come back at the end of the year when I do my end of year evaluation of new to me games. But we'll see. We'll see how they hold up as I play them more, and maybe get some games with other people that I played solo. But that's it. That's this video. That's, my look back at August of 2024. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, comment below what you've been playing in this month, and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this one, especially at the beginning of every future month when I do this exact video all over again. I will see you next time. Bye.